Welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice. I think I'm still going to cut this up best of 3, but I don't think anybody's going to want to watch an hour of this even at double speed. It's quick draft Phyrexia, all will be one. I don't do a lot of these, and we'll see why, because 750 gems is a lot to spend. I've been dumping all my money, all my gold into buying packs these days. So I can't quite decide. Obviously, I finally made the choice here. I'm going to play a little bit of this. What I'm going to draft is I'm going for the rare cards. I can't help it. It's just in my nature. I play the same thing when I play paper. I do have, I don't know that it shows up on screen here, but I'm also choosing and selecting at this point with the Draftsmith from GG, what was a good game there? What, I don't even know. Yeah, anyhow, so I'm getting suggestions on which ones to pick. Again, I'm leaning heavily into the rare cards, but you'll see me make a choice of a few other cards here, and I'm getting a readout. It's telling me which ones are the highest synergy. At this point, I haven't made a conscious effort, though I'm starting to choose just the blue cards. At the end of this, the Draftsmith is going to give me an idea, a choice as far as the decks to build. It will suggest 3 arguably competent decks to build at this point. At this point, you see me, again, leaning into the blue, and that's probably what I'm going to make. I'm actually curious as to how this shows up, since it's only reading the game screen. I don't know that the overlays are going to get picked up. I don't think they are. They haven't yet. So, I'm strictly going by the numbers. Doesn't guarantee a win. Doesn't even guarantee that I do well. But being able to pick and choose this way does give you a significant edge in the game. I used to think of it as cheating until I found out everybody's doing it. Still doesn't make it less cheating. I don't know. Again, I'm old and I play paper from the beginning, where if you didn't have the card, you didn't play. If you didn't have the knowledge to back it up, you didn't play. But how is this any different from going to a magazine like, back in the day, InQuest or maybe Duelist, and getting suggestions? Just another resource. I've got to get over that old way of thinking. So it looks like it might actually be an Is-It deck at this point, looking at the cards that are coming in. At this point, I'm just looking to see what I don't have in my collection and checking the rarity, because of this program also lets you know what you have or how many you already have collected at this point. So if you're just going in here to draft for rares or just to fill out your collection, if I was a better player, I should do this and actually build my collection this way. But I'm not, and so I don't. Like I said, I think I'm going to cut this down to the best 2 out of 3 games here. It's interesting because it often wants you to address your mana base by telling you to pick cards that give you mana fixing. At this point again, though, just leaning heavily into the blue. We're going to get a chance to see what some of these cards do, and I try to stop and linger over the cards to get a chance to read them, because at this point I'm so completely overwhelmed, not just in life, but with Magic products, that I don't take the time to read them until I'm sitting down to play a Commander game. Then I sometimes read them, and sometimes I'm just looking at my own cards. Down to the final picks, and here we go. At this point, it will pull up on screen and make suggestions for the deck that I should build. Having that suggestion there, it tells me exactly which cards to pull out. So you can't see it, but I'm going for a mono blue deck. You see right there, I'm scrolling up to an overlay that can't be seen right now, where I'm checking the cards and deciding what to keep, what to get rid of. So Very simple selection. This would probably take me, I don't know, an extra 10 or 15 minutes, but at this point I can just click by each one of these cards. Again, I'm describing something you can't see. There's a negative number. It tells you what cards to dump out of the deck. So I am quickly, it would seem, choosing the perfect deck, but really I have a guiding hand here helping me choose, making sure that I have the right mana, get down to the 40 cards that are best, and away we go. First of 3 games. Should I play 3 wins or 3 losses, or do I only play 3 games total? I don't know. We're going double speed, so we should have a chance to see what's going to happen here. I guess that's a playable hand. I don't have a first turn play, but I do have a couple of second and third turn plays. Let's see what this does. Let's drop this on the board. I'm assuming that you're going to pause. I'm going to linger over some of these cards again so you can read what they do. But at this speed, you might have to hit the pause button if you actually see what I'm playing. Even I'm playing the game and I still can't decide what they do. So, up against green. This should be relatively simple. Take your time, read, scry. Scry is always good. Scry is a great... I'm going to call it a replacement effect. I shouldn't use the terms that we use in other parts of Magic. But I think of it as a replacement for card draw. I'm going to be talking about that again with the upcoming Commander Zevlor. That if you can't get card draw, you're in blue, you can get card draw. But if you can't get card draw on the cards that you want, scrying is a poor man's substitute. Yeah, poor man's substitute, that's it. I should know all about that. Again, I'm bouncing around here so you can see flash. I should have played that on their turn, but at that point I wanted to get that damage in and establish my early dominance there. Toxic. What do you think about Toxic? I love poison. I love playing poison. I don't love playing against poison. The Toxic mechanic does seem like a, dare I say, a slightly more fair version of poison. Having lost to it several times recently, though, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I like the wide variety of cards that are out there in Magic that will let you deal with counters, taking counters off of things, saying that people can't get counters, things like Solemnity. I believe there's a couple of green cards. I should do a little bit of research and see what will actually remove counters. They are tough to interact with. I tend to like poison counters as a knockout punch more than a strategy. What's the latest commander here that gives you Toxic and so on? I guess I'm thinking at this point you really need to sit down and actually plan the decks here. But I'm going off on a tangent here. Sorry, I should be paying attention to the game that I'm playing. I just think that with Magic, it has, while they profess to become more inclusive and want everybody to play, the intricacies of the decks and the intricacies of the cards are getting, or have gotten, so complex that there's a barrier to entry that you just can't get past. I think that people, like, I'm always glad to teach new people Magic, or even returning players, glad to show folks how to play it, but sometimes the complexity of that is overwhelming or daunting. I think that's the best way to look at it. At this point, I'm establishing dominance in the game by being able to put things on the board with great regularity. One of the advantages to playing, and again, I'm playing at a bronze level here, so that's not very tough. But playing the, what's going on? How come it's telling me that it's not capturing it? Because it is capturing it. Anyhow, establishing dominance here. No, I've lost my train of thought. It crashed. It wasn't going that fast to begin with anyhow. Anyhow, the fact that when you play... Wow, I'm just completely lost. Oh, man. Is anybody still watching? Well, if you are, thanks. Where was I going with that? The fact that when you're playing the drafts, it does narrow that pool of cards down to where you can really focus, and you don't have to worry about those outside scenarios. Switching to Commander or switching to other forms of the game, that pool widens so much that it's impossible, feels like it's impossible to be able to be prepared for all eventualities. There are no magic bullets in Magic that take care of everything. All right, they're putting some pressure on me by coming back with creatures of their own, and I'm going to be losing them. I was at 20 life, and there's that Toxic. Right up to 3. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that the cards that are printed these days are a split between open and inviting and cards that can just allow anybody to win if you play that card. I'm not really making sense, am I? I guess what I think about with the way they do video games at this point, where anybody can win if you get lucky, they try to build that in there so there doesn't seem like there's a barrier to entry. But at the same time, for those of you that actually study and practice and learn the game, it can be frustrating putting all that effort into learning, where somebody else can come in with just some big splashy cards and just kill you. I don't know, I think I'm going off on a tangent. Luckily, I just killed them. I'm not sure if that made sense, but yeah, so the way that these games go, sometimes it doesn't feel like skill is necessarily rewarded. Anyhow, yeah, I'm going off this deep end here where expensive cards give you the win. Not always true. What you have to do is you have to put in the effort. Wow, that's a lot of abilities. I'm supposed to be playing a game here. Let me get back to it. Yeah, that's enough for tonight. I did string the games that I played together, so I will be jumping back in here momentarily. We pick up the next day. We decide to get right back into playing our draft. Let's resume the draft to see where we're at. We got one win. Surely we can get one more. I want to get one more before I get it up here. Can't believe we're 13 minutes in and that was double speed. Yeah. I want to cut these down, so we'll see. Maybe I won't do 2 out of 3 like I initially intended. Maybe I will just put a couple of games together. Win, lose, or draw. I'm going to end the video after this next one. So, slow start. This is double speed, and it's still taking forever for them to make their move. Can't be that difficult. What do you think about these tapped lands that will get you cards mid to late game? I'm not a fan. I mean, I'm playing them here, obviously, because I have them. I can't see the advantage. Well, blue's got so many other ways of drawing cards that it doesn't necessarily need them. Other colors, like white, might need some of those cards sprinkled in just for late game scenarios. Blue against blue-black. I'm not sure about my chances on this one. We'll see if we can pull off a win or not. Yeah, there goes that Toxic. They have a card available. You don't have to worry about combat tricks as much when you're playing draft, but they do exist, and they are there. So I wasn't ready to lose that creature just yet. Thinking hard about putting that land down, and I think I need to play on curve, and I need to continue to fill the board, and then start worrying about cube plays later. I can remove an oil counter, give them a ability. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm learning to love Proliferate. I guess that's part of the problem playing Toxic. Giving poison counters and having Proliferate in the same set kind of makes it, I don't know. I'm not sure whether it's fun or unfun. I've never, again, when I play Poison, I play it as a death strike. It's usually designed to take one player out and clear the game and move on to the next thing. The idea that you can just get everybody poisoned a little bit and then just proliferate the heck out of them, since there are so many cards, it speeds up the game. I realize I'm just appear to be talking rambling and so on, but there is a point to this. It is somehow all tied together. Anyhow, what do you think about Toxic? Is it a fair way to play Poison, or is it just another infuriating thing that doesn't make the game fun? What do you think? I think I'm having a hard time choosing. I guess go for efficiency. Use all your mana every time. And read the cards. Explains the card. Let's go ahead and do this. They're not filling the board right now. I can afford to throw something tap down. I've got a blocker. I don't think there's any hasty creatures that they have in blue and black. So I think I'm okay this time. Yeah, that proliferate mechanic, I can see it being used and utilized to gain some advantage here. Alright. Scrolling through and reading the card, thinking hard about whether it's better to draw cards, deny them resources, proliferate that oil up as much as I can, or paralyzing their creature for the game. I don't know. Seems like a good idea. What is taking so long? You got 4 mana. Either you have cards to cast or you don't. Actually, I shouldn't mock them or give them a hard time. Maybe their computer died. Maybe their connection is not that good. Maybe my connection isn't that good. What the heck? It's a big old long patch where I think my computer just went to sleep. I think it's trying to decide whether I'm still here. It's like watching Netflix all night long and the thing pops up when you binge watch something and suddenly it's like, are you still there? Wow. Any day now. I can't believe that they're in that tight a spot this early in the game that they can't decide. Maybe it was a bathroom break. I know it. That's it. I'm sure they went to the bathroom. All that and they did nothing. I probably could have sped that up to 8 times faster and saved both of us. Yeah. Let's just go ahead, pin their creature down. If they didn't play a creature last time, let's just press our advantage. I know it's only 19 to 18, but let's press the advantage, making sure that... Really? Is my computer going to sleep? Maybe they're just going to give up. Maybe I just cheated my way through this, and this is the only way that I got the majority of my gems back. People just fell asleep at the other side. I mean, this is part of me playing at like 2 in the morning that is a horrible idea. People nodding off at their keyboard. Any day now we can resume. As a matter of fact, I think we'll resume for probably all of 30 seconds here and then. Okay, so their creature tapped out. And now my creature's going in for the kill. Okay, not kill, but you know, reduce that life total, get him down to 1. And yeah, creatures on the board. Let's go ahead, get our attacks in, and then put down a blocker afterwards. They do have flash creatures though, so that's potentially bad for me. What the heck? All right, and there you go. Let's proliferate a little bit more. All right. Really got to find out what that is and stop it, because I see it coming up here again in just a second. Do they not have any creatures to play? Can't believe that. Maybe they just have I don't think there's anything that's expensive color-wise. They've got 3 black and 2 blue. They should be able to play whatever they need. All right, what do they got? An artifact. All right. Let's stop them from playing that. Actually, I'm not going to stop them. Let's at least make them spend all their mana. I get 1 play this turn. I can get in for another couple of damage, proliferate again. This deck isn't too bad. I think I will try to list it in the comments below, or rather list it in the comments on the thing. There we go. All right, they had it, they just wanted to hit me when it hurt. Okay, that's fine. I got plenty of use out of that. Another point of damage or so. Get this on the board again for the mid to late game. Nothing to proliferate. Yeah. Keep the board full. Keep the flyers. I've actually considered that, going through all my commander decks and just replacing all of the creatures, all the ground creatures, with flyers, just as another form of evasion. Get cards in hand while we can. Yeah, I think no decks in particular that would necessarily benefit from that. I just think that so seldom do people address evasion abilities as simple and straightforward as flying. Again, you can't do that in draft. I mean, you drafted, you got what you got. But in constructed formats, I think people often neglect single target removal for everything. That is for enchantments, for creatures, etc. Yeah, scrolling through that deck there, scrying and drawing cards, always good. Gets me to something useful. And I think I've got a far enough head start with this game that it's going to be good. I think we actually managed to get 2 wins in a row. Forgot exactly how many games I played, but pinning down their creature in a constructed format like this. Oh! Uh-oh. 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 I hate planeswalkers. We know this. All right, so the tide may have changed. Maybe not. We'll see what I have here. Okay. Interesting. So, let's see what this does. Okay. Let's resolve it all. Yeah, I'll take this. And all right. All right. I can deal with that. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. I can handle this. I can do it. All right. And with that, play land. Reading the card explains the card. always does. And all right. Go to our attack step. Let's keep the pressure on, as well as that's big, but it's expensive. I don't think I'm going to play that this game. I think smaller moves are better. I'm probably wrong. I mean, drafting people say bread. They get your bombs, get your... What's going on here? All right. I think that lots of nuisance, though, is definitely the way to go here. All right, so I think we're good. And then this happens. All right, at least they're picking on other creatures, but down to 8 life, I'm feeling confident that I'm going to put this one away, put it to bed. I can't believe you actually stayed this long. You probably just skipped through the video. I wouldn't blame you. No point in doing 2 out of 3 because these first couple games are just dragging out forever. I'm not sure if it's because I'm playing another bronze player and they're taking the time reading the cards, or they're having computer problems, or it's just bedtime. Maybe that's it. All right, I think... Do I have enough? Down to 8. Read what he does. Keeping a card in hand. Always keeping a land card in hand when you're playing these, just because of the draw discard effects here, the looting. Yeah. Amazing that paralyzing one creature, tapping it out, makes all the difference. I should just swing it with everything, but I really want to get rid of that planeswalker. Yeah, there you go. So get rid of that land. That's the best reason I know. Yeah, to keep a land in hand and don't play out everything that you possibly can. Yep, that looks like the best play. And away we go. This is probably going to be enough to end it. Okay. Yeah. All right. And got to give him credit for hanging in there and toughing it out. I'm going to be very sad if they flip the table on me and end up killing me at this point. I've worked so hard. You've been so patient. That's something of a nuisance. Down to 6 life though. 5/5 in the air. Nothing that has reach. I'm feeling pretty confident. And where are we going from here? I was going to say there's not many decisions to make, but they've got mana available. They've got decisions. One early card to tap down their creature can make all the difference. Anything special going to happen if I take it? Nope, no blocks. And with that, I should go all in, just one alpha strike. Let's put that. I'm not gonna, no time for that. Just got to end this game right now. All right, we're gonna end it. Boom, boom, boom. All right, it's all over. Wow, all that 2 games that took over an hour. At least I didn't go through all that. So what I'm gonna do is stop it here. The game continues, but that's where we're stopping for now.